I watched Things Never Said for the second time, and I want to tell y'all about it. So if you like black romance, black love, drama, I got a review for you. Hit that bell to be notified and subscribe, okay? Okay.
I just remembered that I forgot to get some water. But anyway, welcome to Rants and Recaps. I am Fed Hollins. This is a solo episode, and I'm going to be talking about Things Never Said, which came out in 2013. I hadn't even never heard of it, but a friend of mine suggested it sometime this year. It's 2022, and I've seen it twice. So if you love black romance, black love, and drama, please stay tuned for the review and be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell to be notified so that you can just, be notified when I do reviews. So this movie stars Shanola Hampton, which I first saw her or knew of her from the show Shameless. And also Omari Hardwick. We all know fine Omari Hardwick. He is best known for his role in Power as Ghost in Power. I can't even remember what he played in before that because now it's just he's Ghost, right? So it stars them too, and they make really good chemistry. I will say that. The show also, not the show, the movie also includes Tamala Jones. She plays Shanola's best friend. So Shanola's character, her name is, I said I was going to remember this, Kalindra. I knew I was going to get it. I don't know if y'all can hear like my earrings bumping up. Okay. I don't know. I hope not. But Shanola's character's name is Kalindra, and Tamala Jones is her best friend. She just plays her little sidekick, similar to Lisa Nicole Carson's character in Love Jones. I'm going to be going back and forth talking about Love Jones because for the longest, Love Jones was one of my favorite movies. And it came out when I was about 21, 22 years old. I am now 47. So I'm just like, oh my God, it's my favorite movie. But as I think about it now and look at it now, it was kind of lacking a lot of things. I would read reviews and I pretty much was just shooting down those reviews like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. But it makes sense to me now. So anyway, this movie I actually like better than Love Jones, which is really high praise coming from me. And everybody that knows me, they're just like, oh my God. Because there's actually another movie that I saw recently that I said, well, I like this better than Love Jones. And people just really thought that I would not like any other movies, aside from Love Jones. So the movie is basically about Kalindra. She's unhappily married. She's really lost and trying to find herself. She's with this trash ass man. And her dream is to be a poet. She's an artist. She has this like dead end job that she's just doing just pretty much to pass the time. But poetry is her outlet because she suffered a really devastating event within like the past couple of years. I'm not going to do any spoilers. I'm really going to try not to. So she goes to this poetry, probably like once a week. Y'all know how poetry is. Similar to Love Jones. You see what I'm saying? Like Black people love spoken word, art, expression. Yeah. So she meets Omari Hard. I don't even know if his name is. I've been calling him Hardwick, but I think it's Hardwick. It looks like Hardwick, but I still been calling him Omari Hardwick. Omari, his character's name is Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent. His name is Curtis Jackson in the movie. So Omari, I don't know if I'm Curtis, whatever, is familiar with Kalindra because again she does poetry, but he just goes to just observe and feel the vibe and be in the atmosphere. So in this scene right here, they're at the bar, which is owned by Omari's brother, which is played by Michael Beach, who's been in a lot of stuff, but he will always be famously known for soul food when he was messing around with his wife's cousin. Y'all remember that scene in Soul Food back in 1990-ish something? When did Soul Food come out? 97, 98? So it stars Michael Beach. He plays Omari's older brother, which he plays a good older brother. I will say that. So like I said, Kalendra is in this she's unhappily married. She's with this trash ass boy. Let me call him. He's a man. But he's trash because he's abusive to her. And she feels obligated and entitled. I don't even want to say entitled. Obligated to stay because they've been together since high school, college, or whatever. And you know how people have that loyalty. They're just like, oh my God, I've been with her for so long. Like, what am I going to do? I don't want to start all over again type of thing. So from this image, you can see where I'm going with this. That's a picture of him on a basketball court. And then there's a picture of him in the gas station. So basically, he had big dreams to be this basketball star and fucked his ankle, leg, knee, something up. So then that caused him to be a gas station clerk. So he pretty much is dead weight to Kalendra. He has this whole woe is me, it's everybody's fault, life is happening to him and not for him type of person. So he's pretty much holding her back. He's dead weight. Okay. It's like typical movies, you gotta have a love story, right? So Omari Curtis Jackson comes in strong, he comes onto her strong. He's like, hey, your poetry is dope and blah, 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 yada, yada. So, she's pretty standoffish at first, trying to act disinterested. And, he thinks he's impressing her. So like their first encounter, he recites one of her poems to her. And instead of her being flattered, she was offended, which I didn't understand that part because I would have just been like, oh my God, you've been paying attention. Because in addition to that, her husband had at this point never come to see her perform. So he had no idea of her skills. So here it is, Curtis, he's all like, blah, 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 and the roses and the whatever. And she's just like, if you want to impress me, come up with your own poem or some shit, she said. I was just like, girl, get over yourself. So what I liked about this movie that wasn't in Love Jones, when I really think about it, is that there really wasn't much backstory in Love Jones. I love character. I like doing character study. I love when people do like the backstory on people because it helps us to better understand the character and people in real life. Like, okay. So what I realized later on is that in Love Jones, we didn't hear anything about Nina's parents or Darius's parents. It was mainly just about them in the little friend circle, their little poetry artist circle. And it's just like, and we heard, okay, well, Nina was just getting over a breakup or just got through getting out of a relationship, just recently out of a relationship. And we knew Darius couldn't really maintain a relationship long. That's all we had. So in this movie, though, we get some backstory on Kalendra, which makes a lot of sense. So her mother is played by, I think her name is pronounced Charlene Woodard. She's been in the game for a whole long time, okay? Charlene Woodard plays her mother, and we get to see why Kalendra behaves the way she does, why she feels like she has to stay in this abusive relationship, because her mom is in a, suffer some abuse from her dad when, I don't even know how recent. I don't know if it was like years ago, but it appears that the abuse doesn't happen now. But Kalendra's parents Kalendra's dad was abusive to Kalendra's mom. So they put that in there to make it make sense as to why she felt it necessary to endure the abuse from her trash ass husband. Sorry, her trash ass husband. So these are the scenes. As you can see, there are like words at the end, at the bottom of my images, because I watch everything with closed captioning. Everything with closed captioning. I've been doing it for years. It just helps me because sometimes I cannot understand what the character says. They may be talking too fast or too low. And then you also get to read things like what music they're playing. Sometimes it tells you the artist and the name of the song. I just think it's beneficial. But I thought I was going to be able to have it big enough for me to read it, because it goes along with some of the words I actually kept on the screen, and some of them I removed. But when I kept them on there, it was for a reason. But I can't read them as to see why. But basically, her mom is just like, you need to work it out. Y'all need to thug this out. It's for better or for worse. You need to do this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Kalendra was looking at her like, bitch, I don't want to. So the movie pretty much goes on. Of course, she and Curtis are building their little friendship, their little romantic thingy. He eventually, it don't take him a whole long time, but he eventually wears her down, and he convinces her like, girl, I'm the truth. Like, this is what you want. Cause look at him. Just cause look at him. But aside from that, just look at him. No, for real. He did have. So his story was that, well, his story is that he just, nope, because I feel like that's going to be revealing too much. He pretty much was on a healing journey. So that's what really made me like it, because in addition to like movie reviews and TV show reviews, my other content is about personal growth and healing. And that's what I do in real life. I've been on this healing journey for about 10 years. So it really speaks to me when I see other people on healing journeys, when people take accountability for their shit, and especially Black men. So this movie was really, I really enjoyed this movie because he was vulnerable in this movie. And I don't see that a lot with the Black men that I have been encountering, the Black men that I know. So it was a breath of fresh air for me to see a Black man being really open and honest about what it is. He wasn't playing no games, where he wasn't trying to play with her emotions, none of that. So this is just a scene with them talking at his place in the kitchen or whatever. Again, building their little relationship, even though she's still married, but her boyfriend is true. I keep calling him boyfriend. I feel like he needed to be a boyfriend, because he just did not deserve to be her husband. He probably wasn't. I'm sure he wasn't bad the whole time. I'm sure. But when life knocks you around, that don't mean you get to knock around people. That's all I'm gonna say. So this is one of the scenes, and I just thought it was great how the videographer zoomed in on, you see there is Omari's hand, and he's pulling at the string of her dress. It was just a sexy scene, a sexy moment. This is the first time that they were intimate, and I just love the way that they showed that. Just the pulling on the fabric of the dress, the string. So the words on there says, hey, I don't think you can prepare for unexpected moments, or something like that. Because it was unexpected. She went over there, they were going to talk, but then that happened, and it was like the most amazing, because that's how I go. The most amazing sex ever. This is her trash ass husband. So just when she's like, getting in a groove, getting to really know Curtis, then something always, because that's how life is, right? That's how it goes. So this is him laying in her lap. She's consoling him because like he loses his job or something. Something happens and he's whining and crying about it. So he's laying in her lap, and I just had to do this little thing like he holding her back. Period. He just holding her back. Holding her back. Sorry, my phone ringing. This is just a scene for me just to show that they had great chemistry. Look how fine they look together. It just was beautiful. It was just so fucking beautiful. It was so beautiful. This is another scene with them. They dancing, getting their groove, getting their dancing groove on, getting their groove. So I was just showing shots of what it looks like with the two of them. They looked great together. Great together. Another shots. I ain't gotta do all that. It's just another clip with her and her mama, because at this time she's been spotted in public with Curtis, and word gets back to her mom, and her mom is checking her like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you out here being loosey goosey and you whole married? And she pretty much just like, Ma, I'm grown as fuck. My husband ain't shit. I ain't about to do like you did with my daddy. I'm just not. So, like I said earlier, Omari / Curtis usually is just a voyeur. He watches people spit poetry. But this is a turning point in the film when he actually does a poem for Calendra. And it's not like Darius Love Hall did in Love Jones when he was like a blues for Nina and it was a sex poem. This was not like that. This was a very prolific, profound, intentional poem that he dedicated to her. And this scene, this is when I was saying about him being vulnerable. This is when they were getting closer. He was just pretty much just like, hey, what you gonna do? I'm not about to be your fucking side dude. What we gonna do here? And he actually told her that I need you. And I just was like, that just did something to my spirit. Like I said, the writing was lovely. I love how he was just open and honest and just like, this is me. This is what I've been through. I am here. And so I did good because I didn't do any spoilers. But this is the end. You see, she's all glowing and she just I left those words there on purpose to say, listen to your soul. It was a beautiful film. Again, I hadn't heard of it. It came out in 2013, almost 10 years ago. And I totally recommend it. I watched it on Pluto. Pluto is a free app. There are some ads, commercials, I will say. But the commercials aren't bad, like Hulu. You know, on Hulu, when they show commercials every 5 minutes and then the commercials be 5 minutes, fucking annoying. It was on Pluto. I highly recommend it. Like I said, if you love Black love, Black romance, and some drama. Again, I liked it because it was relatable for me, especially because I've had some issues and some problems with relationships. So it was good to just see a Black man be open, be vulnerable, and say, hey, this is what it is. So it was breath of fresh air for me. Let me know if you all seen it. Let me know if you're going to watch it. Leave a message in the comments to let me know what you thought. And that's all I have. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this out, hit the notification bell, do all the things so that you will know when I go live or when I make another video. So that's all I have. I'm Fiat Hollins. Until next time, bye.